Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that we often have to point out to people out there. And it would seem counterintuitive, and for a lot of people, they would say, well, shouldn't that work the other way? And it's like, well, not always the case. And that's your lifts are not going up because you are not gaining muscle. Now, by your lifts going up, we generally mean your 5 rep sets, your 1 rep sets, your 1 rep maxes, things like that on your big lifts. And what people have to remember, there is a threshold that we reach when we are no longer a novice lifter. We're just trying to push linear progression on big barbell lifts for sets of 5s is not going to be a productive use of your time. Meaning, early on, a basic linear progression program will put a lot of size on you. It'll put a lot of size on you and your lifts go up accordingly. But here's the thing. One follows the other. And I'm saying this even as a strength guy. The progressive overload is evidence of hypertrophy. It's not necessarily the driver of it. There are multiple factors that go into actually stimulating hypertrophy. Now, one of the things I want to address before we even get into the training aspects of this problem is multifold in nature. Sometimes it's a lack of food. And I'll get people say, but Jason, haven't you done some recomps? Yes. Don't you have clients who recomp? Yes. But you guys hopefully understand that lean people can't recomp. Okay? Lean people are not capable of recomposition usually. If you are 10 or 11% body fat, you are not going to gain muscle without gaining scale weight. And I want to make that very, very clear. Because I do have some clients who falls into these categories. And some of you are going to go, yep, he's talking about me. And it's actually going to be 2 of you. It's not just 1. It's actually 2 of my current clients. So if they hear this, they'll laugh. They'll know that I'm talking about them. They're not gaining weight. They're very lean. I don't mean like what we consider lean for sports purposes. I mean like what most of you out there say, yeah, that's pretty dang lean, right? I consider lean, very lean, to be anything under 11 to 12% body fat. That's very lean. Okay, lean is 14%, maybe even 15%, right? Athletically and medically speaking, that's lean. But I have some guys who are like that and they're not gaining weight. And they expect their 5 rep sets or 6 rep sets. They expect that stuff to go up. And it's like they're going to go up in proportion to your scale weight. You're not going to recomposition at that body fat. You get under about 12% body fat, 11% body fat, recomposition does not occur. Guys will say, well, what do you mean? I'm telling you that if you're in a calorie deficit, you won't gain muscle. And I'm telling you that if you're at maintenance, you probably won't lose body fat. If you're at that body fat level, you're just not going to recomposition effectively. I mean, you might, but it could take you a year to gain the amount of muscle you could have gained in a month. I'm not saying it can't be done, but think about the difference. In other words, someone who's at that point could bulk for 6 weeks. They could clean bulk for 6 weeks and gain more muscle than they're going to gain in a year by not gaining weight. Okay? In an entire year. And just be done with it. Right? You get too obsessed with getting too lean and staying there, and you're not willing to gain weight, your lifts are going to stagnate. Because the only way that we really get stronger is either through neuromuscular coordination and intramuscular coordination, right? Neuromuscular efficiency, and hypertrophy. And if you are not supplying the building blocks to gain muscle, you're just not going to gain muscle, at least not at an appreciable rate. And when you're really lean, it's not going to happen. Guys who are 15% body fat, 16%, 18%, they can recomposition. Okay? Guys at my body fat don't have to bulk. The body fat you see me at right now, I don't have to bulk to gain muscle at this body fat. I don't have to gain any weight. Because my body will be willing to, with the right diet and right training, to tap into my body fat stores a little bit, gain some muscle, and can recomposition some. Really lean guys, you can't. It's not going to happen, not without hefty gear use. And let's come back over to the training. And this is a perfect example because I have through here, you guys see me doing a couple of max lifts and then all my supplemental work. Just for benching. Okay, I need my bench to go up. And I do speed benching, which accounts for a lot of it. I do max benching. What else you guys see me doing here? Bunch of board presses. Heavy board presses for reps. Really high rep closed grip pressing here, right? Doing 10s. What else I do? A lot of JM presses. Now, that's not even counting all the upper back work and bicep and all that other stuff. That's part of benching. But just look at this for the bench press. Well, why do you think I'm doing all this other stuff? Well, because I need my triceps to grow, my pecs to grow, front delts to grow, but a heavier focus on those triceps. I need a lot bigger triceps to bring my bench up. Do you think that's just going to happen by benching heavy? I bench heavy all the time. My triceps don't grow from it. Now, people say, are you saying a novice lifter can't? No, a novice lifter can. A 5x5 bench press will grow your triceps as a novice lifter. It would probably behoove you to do some other stuff. I don't leave my novice lifters on just a 5x5 bench. We add tricep work and things. Right? In the more extreme cases, I have guys who do closed grip pressing and smaller tricep movements after they bench, who are not advanced lifters. Okay? You guys have to do the training volume at a certain point. Because if you're not growing, your big lifts aren't going to go up. And a lot of times that's what we do. A lot of times we take the big primary exercises and we stay static with them, or we do a little bit of fancy programming. But we do what we're capable of doing on them. Because we're getting some training effect from it. We can test our strength. We get a training stimulus. But we have to work all the other weak links. And by working them, they need metabolic fatigue. You're going to have to do supplemental lifts. Now, other people will come in and say, but I know this guy who he doesn't do that. I know this guy competes in the IPF. As if that means he's clean. That's the funniest shit ever. That's funny. Like, if you think that being drug tested means that a person is clean, you live in a delusional fantasy world. Also, that's the person who's most likely to lie about it because he has more to lose. He can't be running around admitting to it. Admit that he cheats on drug tests? Especially to you, because you're nobody. I'm not going to admit that to you. I'm not going to admit that to his fans. They'll be kicked out. But he only does a lot of basic lifts, high frequency and heavy. He didn't do all this massive amounts of supplemental work. Yeah, probably a genetic freak too. Right? Probably a genetic freak. Possibly cheating on his drug tests. But definitely going to be a genetic freak in that case. The guy's got elite numbers. And he doesn't do a lot of supplemental work. It's a genetic freak. Guess what? That's not going to work for you. Because if it was going to work for you, it already would have. You'd already be squatting 600 pounds. You'd already bench 400 if what he's doing was going to work for you and you were a genetic freak. You wouldn't be asking these questions. You wouldn't be standing there going, my lifts aren't going up. Okay? You wouldn't be in that situation. Therefore, you're not like him. In the real world, you're going to have to do the supplemental lifts. Come back over to the same thing. Well, I know this one really small guy who lifts a lot of weight and he always goes stronger. Yeah, how tall is he? He's probably short. And he's a genetic freak. Let's come back over to the point. That's not you, because if that was you, you would already have a 500 squat while weighing 160. You would already have a 365 bench at 160 or 155 or whatever it is, right? That's not you. What does that genetic freak, that 1 in a million person, have to do with you? It doesn't. It has no bearing on what you need to do. You're the other 99%. You are neither one of those people I just listed. You're going to have to get bigger. Period. because what they are doing is not going to work for you. You're probably a normal human. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.